Now, after the King and William and Kate all publicly wished Harry a happy 40th birthday for the very first time in years, should we read something into this? Is it a sign that they're finally getting ready to welcome him back into the firm?
Well, while royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams says the royals are simply being polite, Jack Royston, who is chief royal correspondent for Newsweek, says this is the message, which means the family is going to reconcile, which for a lot of people, Jack, would be an enormous relief, a long time coming. The paperback version of this book, heavily annotated, Prince Harry's Spare, is about to come out. Is he forgiven for all the stories, all the dirty linen he washed in public? Are they forgiven for the Oprah interview?
I don't think he's forgiven yet. I think what I would really love to see is the social media posts also being accompanied by some private conversations between them. I think that's the really important thing.
And has it?
Well, we haven't heard anything yet. I mean, obviously, you've got to remember that California operates on a very different time zone to Britain, so Harry would only have got up yesterday at about 5 p.m. UK time. So that's not a huge amount of time for
Hang on, when's his birthday?
His birthday was yesterday. His birthday's
right.
the 15th of September.
So are you suggesting that
so they could easily have called him yesterday?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying there wasn't time to call him. I'm just saying that we haven't heard anything.
Because they're 7 hours behind.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting, then, that there would have been a conversation at a top level within the royal family to say, if we do this and we post this publicly, people are going to read stuff into it. Do we really want to do it?
But they 100% would know what the reaction to it is.
They know we'd be having this conversation this morning.
They would absolutely 100% know we'd be having this conversation. They would have done it because they were comfortable with that happening.
So they're sending a message to us as well as to him.
Yeah, that, it's not he's forgiven, but it's we are happy to be seen, to be warm and friendly to him.
Do you buy that?
No, I don't buy it. I think that what is happening, and I agree here, there is this issue of marking a milestone. Harry was 40, but just let's think back 4 years to this month. They were in South Africa representing the Queen, and what did the Sussexes do? They started pulling the rug from under the royal family, and they continued with 4 years of what I call guerrilla warfare. We had that desperately damaging interview on Oprah with accusations of racism, and some of that was absolute rubbish. She didn't push them. Then there was the Harry and Meghan documentary, 6 parts, and they had figures rubbishing the Commonwealth. Then Spare, I mean, talk about an ill-advised book. The fact the paperback version of it is out's one thing. Last January, Harry threatened, that's what it was, mentioning there were 400 pages that he'd taken out of it. And that hangs over the royal family. So I'm afraid absolutely not. Private conversations.
The thing is here is that the warmer the royal family is to Harry, the more they protect themselves from any future attacks by him. Because if they're nice to him and they're showing themselves to be the side that's interested in peace and he keeps attacking them, he will destroy himself. He will only destroy his own reputation, and not just in Britain, but in America too, because after Spare came out, they had a massive crash in their popularity in America.
Richard, you are pouring cold water on it, but there is something very significant that has happened in the meantime, and that is that both Kate and the King have been diagnosed with cancer. Now, we don't know, we know that obviously Kate has finished this particular course of treatment. We don't know what's happening with the King. We know they've both undergone treatment for cancer. That can change everything.
It can indeed change everything. And when you are ill, and when indeed it's a very difficult time, and Jack would agree for the monarchy at the moment, of course it is, with this totally unprecedented. But you have to be with people you can trust. Now, they've quite frankly been absolutely ruthless in the way they've monetized their royal connections. And also, if you look at very, very recent interviews, the ITV when Harry was on, CBS when Meghan was on, and also when he saw his father, I mean, he didn't reveal the details of what they discussed, but he was on Good Morning America. The point is that the Sussexes are geared to, firstly, the commercial, and secondly, they are geared also to the way they communicate on with the media.
Well, on that question of communication, it's pretty clear, isn't it, that William and Harry don't talk? Well, they've been in the same orbit recently, and they kept well apart from each other.
Yeah, this is the key thing. So when you said it recently, you're talking about the funeral
Yes.
for Robert Fellows.
Yes.
They were both at the funeral. We understand via the vicar that they don't appear to have spoken, certainly while they were in the church. It was also a couple of days before the anniversary of Princess Diana's death, and I would be fascinated. And Harry was staying at Althorp, which is where her grave is, and I would be fascinated to know whether that could have been an opportunity for them to speak by phone. They could have spoken more quietly outside of the public gaze on the anniversary. We don't necessarily know. And one very interesting thing is that it is hugely damaging to the relationship when the fact of them having spoken leaks in the media. So if they had talked, it might have been both their interests.
In a
not to
sentence, do you
stay.
think that Harry will ever publicly apologise for anything that he's said and written about his family?
I do genuinely think he ought to, but I just, on a personality level, cannot see it happen.
But he wants the royal family to apologise, or at least he did. And quite frankly, you've got to look also at what the people think. The last YouGov poll showed a -30 for both Meghan and Harry.
Here's another
It's not
poll.
encouraging.
We asked you online this morning, is wishing Harry a happy birthday, in your opinion, an olive branch, the beginning of the makeup? 25% of you said yes.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Royal Sussex Squad. Today we're diving into something that's caught the eyes of many, the public birthday message from the King, William and Kate to Prince Harry on his 40th birthday. For the first time in years, Harry received a public greeting from the royal family. So is this finally a sign of reconciliation, or is it just a calculated move to maintain their image? We'll unpack it all. Now let's be clear, while some are calling it a polite gesture, others are suggesting that this could be the start of a much-needed reconciliation. Royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams seems to think it's simply an act of courtesy, but Jack Royston from Newsweek says it's far more significant, hinting that this could be a message to the public that the family is ready to mend fences. The question remains, has Harry been forgiven for airing out all the royal family's dirty laundry in public, especially after his tell-all book Spare and that controversial Oprah interview? Well, it's hard to say. As much as we'd love to see a heartfelt apology from both sides, one thing is clear. Harry's been treated unfairly by those who still want to paint him as the villain. All these years of unnecessary public scrutiny because, let's be honest, Harry and Meghan Sussex have faced more than their fair share. But here's where the real issue lies. The royal family has been quick to turn the narrative against Harry and Meghan, pointing fingers at them for damaging the monarchy with their honesty. When did speaking the truth become a crime? They were not the first to air any grievances, yet they are being held solely responsible for the mess. What's even more frustrating is that after all this time, Harry is still being denied the support and protection he deserves. How is that fair? The fact is, Prince Harry is still a member of the royal family. He's the son of the king, and he deserves the same protection as any other royal. Whether he's officially working in the family or not, Harry remains a target. He fought for Britain in Afghanistan and continues to serve as a public figure who is constantly in the spotlight. Denying him proper security isn't just unjust, it's downright dangerous. It's easy for some to forget the impact of the Sussexes' decisions, especially when it comes to how they've been treated by the press and the family. The media has been quick to criticize every move they make, and the royal family has been quick to allow that narrative to thrive. But let's not forget, Harry and Meghan Sussex have been more than just a media spectacle. They've fought for justice, mental health, and equality in ways that benefit not just the royal family, but the entire world. So what's the real story behind this birthday greeting? Is it genuine, or just another effort by the royal family to clean up their image? While the world wonders about that, let's focus on what's really important. Harry and Meghan deserve our support. It's high time we stop letting the media control the narrative and start focusing on what's right. This public display of kindness is no olive branch. It's simply a way for them to appear amicable without offering any real substance behind their actions. To wrap things up, if you believe, like I do, that Harry deserves the protection and respect he's been unfairly denied, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Show your support for Harry and Meghan Sussex by donating via Super Thanks, because this is about standing up for justice, truth, and the people who fight for it. Thanks for tuning in to Royal Sussex Squad, and remember, keep spreading the love, keep the positivity flowing, and don't let anyone take the spotlight off of the good that Harry and Meghan continue to bring to the world.